Hey, if you're an artist, you know that Art Basel Hong Kong unfortunately got cancelled due to the coronavirus. If you're a designer, you also know that unfortunately Milan's famous design week was also cancelled. Now, I am betting that even though the coronavirus will eventually pass, next year when these fairs open up, they will never be again what they used to be. This sounds like something that is incredibly sad, yet I think it's actually incredibly hopeful. Now, the reason why I think both fairs are going to be hurt, and with those fairs, the rest of the industry, is because all of the big galleries and all of the big design companies are going to need to do business regardless. 2020, they need to sell. And what are they going to do? Well, they're going to heavily rely on digital tools. They will invest on digital tools, a lot of that same money that they're currently not spending in these big fairs. Because let's face it, it doesn't make sense to have to physically create things in one end of the world and then have to package them, ship them, insure them, install them and display them on another part just so that they can be experienced. Not today in 2020. So when these big art galleries and these big design companies realize that they can still meet their quotas of sales, they're going to have a hard time paying the enormous amounts of money that they used to be paying when the art and design fairs come back. Now, this is disruptive. Nevertheless, it is even more disruptive for the designers and the artists. Because up to now, we needed the gallery to show us at the fair. We needed the big design company to show us at the fair too. We couldn't afford to show by ourselves. Nevertheless, the tools they will be using are the same tools we will be using. So it's going to generate a much more leveled partnership between the creator and the distributing company that now is going to have to offer a whole lot more to be able to meet their end of the bargain. In terms of art and design and creation through digital tools, I think people shouldn't be afraid. On the contrary, you should embrace this wholeheartedly. Because for the first time now, anyone will be able to create anything they can imagine and be able to place it anywhere they want. You won't need to have an enormous brand to be able to showcase your work. You won't need to worry about your work having to fit through the door, or to have a big enough art studio to be able to create it, or to have the necessary resources to be able to showcase your design. Digital tools will be incredibly democratic and disruptive. They will basically have the whole creative market that has been so stagnant over the past decade explode and be revitalized again. To all of those who are enamored of the old school physical way of creating art, and I am partially one of them, I simply recommend that you start checking out 3D scanning apps. They're not quite there yet, but if already now, by waving your phone over a sculpture for about a minute, you can generate a decent three-dimensional 3D mapping of it, a 3D volume that then you can send through your phone to someone else who can see it in their own home as if it was physically there. That is an incredible tool. That tool of 3D scanning, augmented reality, multiplied by 5G, 100x download powers, using software being created currently by Google, Apple, etc., hardware that we will future have so that we can see these things as if they were here. It's all going to happen relatively quick. The confluence of all of these technologies will be here very, very soon. We need to get on it. Either you get on it or the new generations will, and you'll be out of it. So I leave you with that for this weekend. Hopefully it's a good one and not a scary one. Yeah, let's wash our hands more often, get some rest. Thank you so much.